On the count of three. 3, 2, 1. Yo, you were listening to Speakerboxx Studios. My name is Gio. To my right, I've got
Pat.
Right in front of him, we've got
Hilly.
And to his right, we've got our brand new guest, Chris. Chris here is our second guest of the podcast and is following up another one of our guests who he's also good friends with, our good friend James Robinson.
Very big shoes to fill.
Very big shoes to fill. Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? You know, where you're from? What do you like to do?
I am an alum of CCSU, along with these guys.
Yeah, Hilly still goes here. Pat still goes here.
Well, I'm just saying I've been to school with all of you.
Okay.
Yeah. But now I do something that's not as exciting. I'm a beat reporter for the towns of Guilford and Madison for a company called Shore Publishing, as well as writing for Real Rap Entertainment.
Shout out to JP. That's brother right there.
Yep.
We're excited to have you on. We've got a couple things to talk about today, but to start off, we started this tradition last week. We're going to keep it going. We love farming Instagram Reels and TikTok views because that is the best way to blow up. In celebration today of Tyler, the Creator's most recent studio album coming out, Chromakopia. If you haven't listened to it yet, holy shit, what a fucking album. Hilly hasn't listened to it yet, and the three of us have. We have differing opinions, but for the most part, they're all positive. Yeah. We're going to do some Tyler, the Creator-based short form content today. So, which of you guys wants to go first?
Fuck it, I guess me.
All right, we'll have Hilly go first. Hilly, remember, I said this last time. This is short form content.
Yeah.
So don't take 9 years to
fuck you
to answer these questions. All right,
fuck
ready?
You.
We're gonna do a blind ranking of rappers that I give you.
Okay.
1 through 5 for the first.
Ooh, 5. Okay.
For the first rapper that we have on this list, we'll start it simple. Tyler, the Creator. This should be fun with Hilly.
I'll put him at 3.
Put him at 3. All right. Baby Keem.
Fuck. 4.
Glorilla.
Fuck me. Oh, 2.
2. Okay.
Wow.
Sexy Red.
5.
Oh, okay.
Lil Wayne.
1.
Oh, so that's actually not that.
All right, so your list in order goes Lil Wayne. What is it? Lil Wayne, Glorilla, Tyler, the Creator, Baby Keem, Sexy Red. If you flipped Glow and Tyler, that's a perfect list.
I would have. Yeah.
I personally would probably put Keem a little bit over Glow.
I wouldn't hate if you could only swap one. I wouldn't mind Keem being below Glow if it meant swapping Tyler and Glow.
I would swap Tyler and Glow just that soon.
If that was the only one swap you could do, I think that would be the one swap. Okay. Not a bad list. For those of you who don't know why we gave those names specifically, and you haven't listened to Chromakopia yet, find out and listen to the album because it's fucking great.
Wow, I didn't catch that.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go because I want you to answer this third one. The third one's gonna be a fun one for you. Rank these albums by their streams.
Damn. Okay.
Call Me If You Get Lost, Goblin, Flower Boy, Wolf, and Igor. Who? You want to go top, bottom up?
I'll go top, bottom.
Top, bottom. All right, hit me with it.
I think Igor's probably his most streamed.
Yeah.
When we get, we'll let you. Also, speaking to the mic, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. No, I think Igor's his most streamed.
Okay.
And what were the other ones again? The other.
Flower Boy, Wolf, Call Me If You Get Lost, Goblin.
Flower Boy. Call Me If You Get Lost. Wolf, Goblin.
So give me the list one more time.
So, Igor, Flower Boy, Call Me If You Get Lost, Wolf, Goblin.
You want me to start from bottom up or top down?
Bottom up.
At the bottom of the list is Goblin.
That makes sense because it never
never really had anything big to come out of it. It's also like
I would say that I would say the reason for that is probably because it was the only one of those that never started off on streaming.
Yeah, it was. That was also one of those straight to CD type beats.
Yep.
Wolf, Call Me If You Get Lost, Flower Boy, and Igor.
Oh, yeah.
5 for 5. Last week you did fuck that one up with the Kendrick Lamar ones. All right, buddy. I saved this one for you because out of everyone here, I would like to think that Chris is probably the biggest Tyler, the Creator fan out of everyone.
Shit. All right, here we go.
Tyler, the Creator has collabed with all of these artists except for who? I'm going to give you 5 names.
Yep.
You can do your thinking process however you want. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything you say. I'm just going to give you 5 names, all right? Mac Miller, The Weeknd, Freddie Gibbs, Lil Yachty, Thundercat.
All right. I'm between two. You see, when I think of Mac, the first thing I think of is he did a collab during the Odd Future days with Earl Sweatshirt. So I always confuse that. So I don't think that him and Mac have collabed, but I'm trying to think of when he collabed with Lil Yachty. That's what I'm not looking for help or nothing. I'm just saying. I'm just like thinking out loud here.
No, yeah, I'm just thinking about damn
I
self.
probably think too.
I also will preface, all of the artists, except for the one, obviously, that doesn't have a collab with him, have only collabed with him once.
Okay.
Oh.
I am going to go with Yachty as the outlier.
Mac Miller collabed with Tyler, the Creator, on a song called OK, which is a deluxe edition off of, I forget what the album is called. It's the red background one.
Oh,
with him sitting
yes.
at the table.
I
always forget what the album is called.
I know what you're
But
talking about.
that Mac Miller album, he collabed with The Weeknd on The Weeknd's Dawn FM on Here We Go Again. I'm gonna say it, one of the worst Tyler, the Creator verses I've ever heard. Unfortunately, not great.
Not the best, but
Freddie Gibbs, that was the most obvious one. Something to rap about.
love that song.
Fucking great song. And he did not collab with Thundercat. He has never collabed with Thundercat.
I feel like hold on.
There's never been a song where he has been credited as like being with Tyler, the Creator. Like there's no featuring Thundercat song or featuring Tyler, the Creator
because
song.
I don't know if this counts, but there's a Caliucci song that has the both of them on it.
A Caliucci song on. If you can prove me wrong, then by all means.
Hold
But
on.
from my extensive research of 10 minutes,
Who did you say he didn't collab with?
Thundercat.
Thundercat?
That one.
But we'll see. And he has collabed with Lil Yachty before on a song called TD. It's Yachty, Tierra Whack,
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Tyler, the Creator, and I forget who the fourth. I think it's ASAP Rocky.
Oh, I was thinking of Bootsy Collins.
Yeah, I was also.
Oh, you're thinking of After the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of After the Storm.
Yeah, so no, yeah. He has never collabed with
That
Thundercat on
seems
an
like
official
such
release.
an obvious collab, though.
Right? That's why I was looking through, I was like, he's never collabed with Thundercat? That's kind of fucking crazy to
They
me.
might be soon, apparently.
Yeah, there was some
some
stuff.
time.
They were talking about possibly collabing. So yeah, again, Mac Miller on OK, The Weeknd with Here We Go Again, Freddie Gibbs something to rap about, Lil Yachty TD featuring Tierra Whack, ASAP Rocky, and Lil Yachty, and then Thundercat has never collabed with Tyler, the Creator.
It would have been really interesting if you put Cardi on there.
He's done it twice.
Oh yeah, no, I keep
is
forgetting.
crazy.
I keep forgetting Earthquake.
Yeah, because you
But
can never
now-
fucking tell what Yachty or what Cardi's saying on that fucking song, and also it sounds nothing like Cardi, which is like my favorite part about it.
He was on that song.
Yeah,
On Earthquake?
He's the mumbling.
Bro, it was like the most. Like, it was one of the more.
Oh right, I forget that he's even there. I can't
Don't
fucking
set me up.
stand that
Don't
shit.
set me up. I'm with Tyler.
I don't know how people listen to that nigga. Honestly,
Yeah, there's our short form content right there for the day. If you are reaching this point now, we have started the official podcast. Again, we're here with Chris, our guest. It's wonderful to meet you. He actually
meet me.
before
You never met me before?
this motherfucker. You thought having one of me was annoying, dude? You thought having one of me was annoying? Now there's two of me, and there's no Sean to buffer between anyone. Sean is unfortunately not able to make it out with us today, but hopefully we'll have him on next episode. Send your love over to Sean. Sean's our boy. Chris was very excited coming into this episode because we talked about collabing. We weren't able to do it last week, but we were able to get it to this week. And he was just fucking sending me tons of ideas for stuff he wanted to do for today's episode. We're going to be doing two of them. So in honor of Chris is his excitement for being on this podcast today, we're going to be talking about two things. I don't know which one you guys want to start with. Pat, if you want to introduce one of the two subject topics, what are we doing today?
I said the longest one first.
The longest one first?
Yeah.
I think it's we get into the other. That's good. So today we're gonna be doing over and under.
Over and underrated artists. And Hilly, what's the second topic we're going to be covering today?
Both album and song of the year.
Very excited. A lot of controversial takes are going to be coming out today, and I'm glad we have Chris on for it because I know Chris will agree with me more than Hilly does. And we're going to I'm hoping for some very, very spicy sound bites and video clips for Pat to post on the Instagram and the TikTok and shorts covers and stuff like that. So, overrated and underrated, I think the order that we went with was we did two apiece, right? We'll probably have some. I expect us to have some overlap.
Definitely.
But I think this will be fun. Hilly loves to hate most things.
All right, fuck you.
So I
I kind of want him to start.
Yeah, so
It's
I
just
think we're
like-
gonna have Hilly start.
No.
Or should he be
Because
the main event?
if I'm because you're gonna have to end up saving the best for last. So why not just start with someone else?
All right, then we'll have our wonderful Pat here. Give us 2 overrated and 2 underrated artists.
Okay, so this is kind of obvious. For over, I have Drake.
Yeah, you agree. Yeah.
I also have J. Cole, unfortunately.
Damn.
And then for under, I have Project Pat.
Okay.
Nigga, all right.
And,
Nah, I mean,
and Vince Staples.
okay.
I'm glad to
I
see
like
some
that.
Vince love. I'm happy to see some
Understandable.
Vince
I
love.
like that one.
Okay.
All right, any comments on the Drake and J. Cole overrated?
Um,
Chris, any comments on the Drake overrated comment?
Nah, listen.
I didn't say he was bad.
No. My thing is, all right. I just think that. All right. How do I approach this? I understand that as of late,
As of late.
his discography has been spotty.
Oh yeah, for
Should we
sure.
say?
What was the last time? I think the last time he
listen.
genuinely hit was the last project that me and Chris listened to together, which was Her
Loss.
Loss. We fucking love. I love Her Loss. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Y'all were playing the fuck out of that.
We
during
played
your
Her
shows.
Loss
It was-
like
it was
every
so- yeah.
day,
Respectfully, I was playing the fuck out of her loss as well.
I will say the only reason why, and I agree, like I understand why you would say that, but I am so in love with early like 2009 to
Oh, yeah,
2013
yeah.
Drake, to the point where like that's when I listen to Drake, that's mostly what I listen to. So it's difficult for me to say overrated because I listen to that point in his discography
Right.
so much to.
The thing is, like,
to
it
say
doesn't even
that.
feel like the same artist anymore. You know, like
I mean, yeah.
that first 4 or 5 years of Drake doesn't feel like the Drake that the fucking Text Go Green Drake or the fucking the Rich Baby Daddy Drake. You know, I feel like those are 2 very different artists. Like Take Care is one of my favorite albums ever.
I
Like,
went from Take Care to 21. Can you do
hey,
something? for
hey,
me?
Rich Flex is a real
Stop
fucking track,
it.
bro. That's a real track,
You
right?
try to tell me that the next part isn't hard. The part where he finally comes in.
You want to know what Rich Flex sounds like at this point? And like another you know what? A song that like replicates that energy like of Rich Flex.
Oh, here we go.
Is the fucking is that damn Sexy Red song?
Which one?
You know.
Oh,
which
the one with you my everything.
Yeah.
I said, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Baby.
Okay, I hate that one.
21. Can you do something? I'm like, ooh, yeah. You hear it when you think of that song. Like that's the
my
same
I
level of
I'm so
energy
glad
and the
that this
same
is the
level of
topic.
fucking stupidity.
But I still like that song though.
What,
Which
Rich
one?
Rich Flex
Rich
is the
Flex,
second
I still like Rich Flex.
No,
That's-
Rich Flex is a fucking great song.
and I will say like there are like a lot of people have issues with singing Drake, and there are some songs of singing Drake that I love a lot. Like "Find Your Love" is one of my favorite Drake
absolutely.
songs of all
Feel
time.
No Ways.
Feel No Ways, crazy good song. There's other ones that like I really love, but I just think like, bro just doesn't care anymore.
He really does
Bro
not give a
doesn't
I
fuck.
don't think he cares anymore either. Yeah.
But for me, it's he goes from caring on a song like 8 a.m. in Charlotte, which is for me one of the songs that reminds me of a 2013, 2011 Drake.
Or like
where
a,
at-
if you're reading this Drake type stuff.
Yeah, and then he goes to Gently with Bad Bunny. Like what the fuck is that?
Wagwan Delilah with
Wagwan.
fucking.
That's what I'm saying. I just, and listen, I don't want him to make the same thing over and over again, but I just don't understand why he can put so much effort into one thing and absolutely none into something else.
Nah, I respect.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of in the same boat with that. Chris and I had our own Drake debates, and we've talked about Drake
Yeah.
probably for like the past 2 years. We've known each other now. I think I kind of resonate a lot with what Chris says. Where it's hard for me to picture him as the same artist because I know we talked about it when James was here too. This whole idea that he's one of the greatest actors to ever take the stage.
Yeah.
Because he takes on so many roles that aren't usually him a lot of the time, and I think that's kind of where we end up with Drake. But we talk about Drake way too fucking much in this podcast.
Yeah.
Nah,
I want to hear. I
I
want to
said
hear.
my
What,
piece.
I want to hear what we have thoughts on about the J. Cole overrated take.
Okay, so I was actually having this conversation with my brother because I'm still a huge J. Cole fan. But the thing is, right, I see people put him so high in the GOAT conversation, and I don't see it because I think a lot of the props we give J. Cole is purely on his technical ability to rap. But we haven't really seen much of artistry, if I'm being completely honest. When you look at his discography, it's really not, in comparison to a lot of other people in the GOAT conversation, if we're going off of discography alone, he's nowhere close.
But like, that's the thing though. It's like when you compare him to like the majority of other artists, who is he not like beating in just like
Pure discography?
and just like not even just his discography,
his
just like anything in general.
I think if you go on our top 25 list that we made, at least 20 of them have a better discography than he does.
Is that still on our Instagram? Let me pull that up. Did we ever publish that?
Did we put the picture up there?
I don't
Do you
think
have
actually
access to it?
I could probably find it.
He's another guy that I feel like when he puts all of his effort into something, when he really cares about something, like personally, my favorite project from his is For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, I love
Because
that one.
it sounded like he gave a shit about everything on it. Except honestly, except Folding Clothes. I have no idea what that song is doing on that album. I have no idea
Black for that one.
why you decided to make an album basically writing an album length letter to your friend's daughter who your friend passed away, and then you decided to put Folding Clothes in there.
It doesn't fit. It literally doesn't fit.
If you wanted to make it a bonus track, fine, but don't put it in the
middle, right in
whatever.
the middle of the
I
fucking.
could go on about it.
Okay, I got our list, and looking at it now, 20 was a stretch. I'll back down on that. But I will say of our top 10, I'm saying a good 8 of them have better discography than he does. So I'll just read it again.
I think the person right below him has a better discography than he does.
Oh, absolutely.
This is on your.
So at 10 we put Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, it's fucking Snoop.
Yeah.
But like even then, it's like
Lupe Fiasco has a better discography than J. Cole.
I think so too.
Food and Liquor alone takes him over for me. Food and Liquor, the cool.
Oh, and we have Tyler at so Tyler has
Tyler's
a better
above him,
discography.
and he has a better discog than him.
Let's see.
Kanye has one.
Ghostface has a better discography than him. I'm sorry.
Ye has
Kanye
one.
has one.
Jay has one.
Jay probably does too. Mobb Deep does because I see Prodigy's here. I don't know about Ice Cube. Missy probably does.
I don't
know.
think Ice Cube does.
Wayne does.
Ice Cube has more hits.
No, not Ice Cube. Probably not Missy.
oh, definitely.
If we're including
Discography, like full album lengths, you could put her above J. Cole.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fair.
if and I think it's wrong for us to not include it, but if we're including Outkast discography, then 3K has a better
Absolutely,
discog
yeah.
than him.
Yeah. For a guy who doesn't even have a solo album.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
not him playing the flute.
Lauryn Hill has one solo album.
That's
It's
literally one of the
it's
best.
One of the
Better
greatest
than
of all
all-
time.
yeah.
It's
so-
like an arguably top 5 album ever. So
Yeah.
M has one. MF Doom has a better discog.
Yeah,
Biggie Pac,
does, Pac does, Nas,
Nas does, and Kenny
Kendrick
does.
Okay, now when we talk about all those names, let's talk about like
hold on.
current generation
current?
rappers.
But even then, like,
He's been in the game
So
for
when
a
he
long
start,
time.
when he first started
yeah,
out,
you'll probably have a
was-
better discog than rappers now if you've been around for like a billion fucking years.
Right, that's what I'm saying. How long is the earliest J. Cole thing I can remember is like 2011.
Yeah, that's
So like
like when he first,
there
like,
are some rappers.
like I'm just talking about
like
like
getting born in 2011.
oh no, I'm just saying like, it just like if we put obviously, if people put Kendrick, if people put Drake, then you're looking at it from the perspective of like the generation of rappers that that they
yeah,
come from.
his generation of rap.
So his generation of rappers is what? Kendrick Lamar.
Tyler the Creator,
Tyler, the
Nicki
Creator.
Minaj, Drake.
I'm gonna say it. Drake has a better discography than J. Cole.
I'm glad you did.
He does.
has a better
I'm glad you did.
does,
He has
though.
a better discography than
He
J.
does
Cole.
though.
In fact, I think he has more like genuine masterpieces than
Future.
Future
My
has a better
opinion.
discog than J. Cole too.
I say so, too.
I'm
Future
gonna.
has a better
He has a better discog than J. Cole too. I'm sorry. I love
What
Cole.
have I
I
started?
love Cole.
That's what I'm saying. If all J. Cole would have to do for me,
Ooh.
if he ever made like another album that's
like For Your Eyes Only.
like For Your Eyes Only level,
I would say for me, like
thing is-
similar to KOD,
Or-
and up a little bit better.
No,
Or
the
even-
KOD was
the KOD
amazing.
stuff. The KOD stuff feels too like it's like processed for
Yeah.
me. It feels like junk food sometimes.
I think all the criticisms they give about Damn being kind of hollow
Is what
is what they should be given to KOD.
Yeah, I think so too.
I agree with that. Oh,
I mean,
I agree with that.
like, but like, what's all right? So if I look at it right
The
now,
closest thing to a J. Cole masterpiece is For Your Eyes Only. I think.
And they gave him a lot of shit for that one too, but I love that album.
But like,
It's a great album. I think Forest Hill Drives is like it's up there, but
It's just
I don't think
all
it's a
full of
masterpiece.
hits, man. I mean,
No,
it-
Force
and
of
then
Drives is
Born
a straight
Sinner,
hit.
like, all right, I'll give you one. Like Born Sinner, I can respectfully say like I had never really listened to the entire thing. Like I only listened to like
you didn't listen
two
to Born Sinner.
yeah.
Born Sinner's really good though.
Born Sinner's
I
fucking
do.
great.
I listened to like
Yeah.
2 or 3 songs off
It's
of that.
pretty good. You should give it a second chance.
hold on. He is saying that Cole has a better discography than music.
And then he started
hasn't even
with-
listened to Born Sinner.
Just Born Sinner. Jesus, leave me the.
okay, but like-
let me chill.
Okay. So we're past Born Sinner now.
Yeah, but like everything else, like yes, like I have like listened to that.
So many good songs.
The thing is, so my thing is, what is it? He's calling it what, the fall off. With the way he's building up the fall off, whenever releases next year or the year after or whatever, it feels like it's not going to be a For Your Eyes Only type thing.
No, it's not.
I feel like it's going to be more victory lap than it is like something that's like, you know, vulnerable and on it. Oh yeah, exactly. If it's going to be his last album, take your fucking victory lap, man. By all means, for sure. Like you. We're not saying this. We're not saying that J. Cole isn't a legendary rapper.
No,
Like,
because he will be no matter what.
one of the greatest rappers ever.
Easily. But like
But like,
the stuff.
I need an album, bro. Like like,
that's the thing though. It's like, well, I hope that like at least for me, if it can give me something that's like kind of like KOD, but like a little better and like better than some of the off season, then I'm fine with that.
I actually kind of fucked with the off season.
I did too.
I think about it.
But like,
But like in comparison to some,
Oh, he's about to say something brave and controversial. You didn't fuck
when
with it
we were
either?
thinking of J. Cole's discography, I totally forgot about the
off-season.
off-season.
honestly,
Totally forgot, yeah.
if I'm being real, if you didn't say it, none of us
I
would
would have
remember.
remembered that shit, bro.
No, because
I thought that shit ended in KOD, bro.
no, because
Nah.
But
it's like
kind of part of the problem, though, right?
It's not memorable.
well, because like, all right, people hated like, not again, people hated on J. Cole for like saying like, oh, you know, he was falling off, he hasn't released in forever.
Oh my
And the
god,
next thing you know,
guys,
KOD
the
came
off-season
out,
wasn't even his last release.
and then and what? That's the funny part because it was my delete later.
Delete Later came out too.
And funny enough,
Actually,
funny
actually,
enough,
a mixed
yeah, I'll let
piece.
you,
funny,
you go. Yeah.
funny
yeah.
enough, even before that, it was Revenge of the Dreamers when
Oh yeah, his
It's fucking cool, yeah.
when his whole fucking collaboration album.
D-Day.
yeah.
That's a good album. Huh?
Okay,
D-Day was a good album.
I think Might Delete Later would be far more well received if it wasn't for fucking 7 Minute Drill. Like he fucked himself over with that.
Well, there were some bars
It's-
on there that were
there,
just
there
like,
was well, yeah, and the trans bars were also pretty like pretty wild. Without the Kendrick diss and those random ass transgender strays, like I think
Can you imagine being like transgender?
I mean, like,
what
but
the fuck did we? What did I do?
like what I do.
listen, people catch strays
What the
every
fuck does that
day in
mean,
the
J.
most
Cole?
random fucking songs.
Okay, but
like,
J. Cole has like a pattern of doing. Okay, if you don't believe me, go to Born Sinner right now and then play the first minute of the song of the first song.
of
Why does he say
Wild.
something randomly wild?
He says the F word 3 times in a row.
the what?
the F slur.
The F slur. And
Illuminati?
That's
even
fucking
know
funny. Not funny.
That's not
but
even-
like, that's not
that's not
funny.
even, like,
That's just
a
like
song that I
fucking
like off
crazy.
the
But like
album,
niggas back
man.
then like would say that shit casually for no.
Right.
my verbal AK spray. And I don't mean no disrespect when I say the word okay.
But at least but he's
Wait, why
saying
did he
that
rap
at least.
that?
Oh, and then don't be so sensitive. Whatever you want to do is between you and whoever else's dick it is. Like
Why would he say
He's
that? The fuck is
he's
J. Cole
he's
on?
saying he's literally telling you like what it is.
Okay,
I'm not, like-
listen. Time
Listen,
out. Time
hold
out,
on.
time out.
Before
You're
we
digging
can
yourself deeper, brother.
no.
I'm trying to stop you.
No.
You're
Let,
digging yourself deeper.
nah, let's
You
chill.
don't, you don't want this to come out. I'm
No. Chill. Listen. No. As opposed to many other rappers back in the fucking day, especially like in the earlier 2000s.
Guys, he doesn't say the slurs as much.
but
No. I'm saying like in comparison to like how other motherfuckers would say it, at least this motherfucker is
Yeah,
at least giving you a preface
but
to this shit.
and like, but this song, that particular song was not released in 2006 or something. That was 2013.
even if it wasn't,
It's
right?
still crazy.
Even if it was released in
Still crazy.
1984 or whatever, right?
Not a nice year, bro.
whatever. It doesn't make it any better.
It doesn't.
Like,
I'm not saying it
like,
does.
I
bro.
understand. It's like, oh my god, I
Okay.
don't want to make any comparisons. But saying something is not as bad because of the time period that it's in doesn't make
Like,
me
that's
think.
really
oh,
funny.
you know what? You're right. My fault.
Like, oh shit, I got slaves. Nah, what are you owning people for? Come on, bro, it's 1850. Like, what do you mean?
Everybody has to. Everybody
Okay, I think we've talked extensively enough about J. Cole.
So that's my.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Project Pat and
Yeah.
Vince Staples?
Okay, so Project Pat, I put him on there because Memphis rap in general has had like a lot of influence on hip hop that I don't think it gets enough credit for.
Amen.
Like, there's a lot of lines that in memorable songs that were taken from Project Pat. Like, for example, back to J. Cole again. Don't save her. She don't want to be. That's Project Pat.
Yeah, I know. It's like I know a lot of shit is like
And,
based off of him, but it's just like
There's a Drake song with I think he does something with like Block or whatever. He does a lot of Project Pat lines there as well. Knife Talks also have
Yep.
Project Pat in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know if that's what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, Knife Talk is like 100%.
Are you talking about you said Block, so you're talking about Black Boy GB or
I'm trying to think about. There's another line where. But if you go back and listen to Project Pat, you realize that a lot of hip hop's current like cadences and the way they rap and the flow.
It's very Memphis.
Yeah, and it's very much like how he was back in the day. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for that, so that's why I had him on there.
I won't sit here and say that I'm a whiz when it comes to Project Pat's discography.
Same.
I understand the influence he does have, like him, 3-6 Mafia,
Yeah.
like guys like that were influential in that area and in that time. And I definitely agree. Like even though I'm not like it's not that I don't like him. It's that I need to dive in more.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see what you're saying about that.
Talk about my boy Big Vince real quick.
All right,
Talk about my
So-
fucking. That's my dog right there. That's Big Vince Staples.
I've been a Vince Staples fan for a while now, but like he dropped an album this year, and it was
Hey, we're talking about that later.
yeah. I know we're talking about that later.
No, we're
too,
talking
yeah,
about that
but,
later.
So I'll keep it short for now. I think Vince Staples is just an amazing artist, and I mean. He gets the credit he deserves from his fans, but I feel like if more people like gave it a listen, he'd be like,
I mean, you're lucky he just didn't quit in general.
yeah, I know, but like,
Yeah,
Because he really was gonna fucking quit.
he was like, I do not fuck with this shit, bro.
but super talented artist, and that's
Also, would be a great comedian if he ever went into it.
oh,
One of the
absolutely,
absolutely.
Oh my
one of
God.
the
Listen,
he's
funniest
funny as
rappers
shit.
in the world.
either his show or like
The
either
show
his,
is so good.
Yo, his show. I swear, please, Vince Staples, make another fucking season.
I'm
beg you.
begging you to make another season.
Either
of the Vince
that
Staples show.
or make another series or just make a series in general of like your animated series. It was Muddy Fuckers. Like, oh my god.
What's the clip from that one talk show he was on where he was showing him the Rocktopus and he was like
the Rocktopus?
yeah, he was like, you see what they do to people like us. And then he goes like, you know, they shot Ice Cube 13 times. They shot John Lennon once.
I'd say
That's crazy.
when it comes to rappers with great humor and great comedy instincts, I think him and Danny Brown.
Oh, Danny Brown's a
Danny
funny-
Brown's
Danny Brown
fucking
is
fucking
yo.
hilarious.
Oh my god, yo. Danny
He is
Brown
so
says some of
funny.
the most wild shit ever,
He's got the
bro.
funniest laugh I've ever heard in my life.
I'm just
Oh my
like
God.
some of the shit that I've seen like him say on IG. I'm just like looking and I'm just like, damn, this motherfucker.
I remember when the pop out happened, Vince Staples tweeted out, you said, it was, I forgot what the guy.
Oh,
he said, if I knew the clown was going to be there, I would have showed up.
Canceled this because bro's on tour. I think he's like, I would have canceled this shit and went right home.
I would've
Yeah,
come up on
yeah, he
stage,
was
bro.
mid fucking tour. He's like, damn, if I knew that nigga was gonna be there,
I would have pulled up.
pulled up.
Yeah, shout out Vince Staples, man. We're not done talking about this.
No,
yet,
absolutely.
I promise you that. Because what Pat mentioned later, I'm sure we're gonna talk about later. But shout out Vince Staples.
That's one of the we were talking about how I went. We were talking about Chromakopia before we started this. I was
Yeah.
saying how I went to go see Tyler 2 years ago.
Oh my god, and Vince opened for him.
Vince was no, excuse me. It was Tizo that opened. Then after Tizo was Vince. After Vince was Callie. And after Callie
Wow.
was Tyler.
Wow.
Wow,
That's a fucking
That is an
lineup, dude.
amazing lineup.
Dude, Vince was. It was like right after. It was right after the. Right after
Park?
Ramona Park.
Ramona Park is such a fucking good album, bro.
It is.
I do love that one. I am a huge fan of his self-titled.
The one where his
project.
face is all
yeah,
fucking-
yeah.
Are you
I
with
love
that? Is like one of my
BFT, like
great fucking album. I
BFT was my intro to him.
honestly,
He is so
I think
good.
he's up there with Denzel Curry for people who have some of the most consistent discographies in hip hop
Absolutely.
right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I always kind of picture when I think of Vince Staples, for some reason I always think of Denzel Curry. I don't know what it is, but like
No, like they have the same kind of trajectory. I get what you mean.
it's just
Yeah.
like a constant uphill, you know. But yeah, shout out to fucking Vince Staples. All right, do you guys want just to me? We can just
Yeah,
do
it's
this.
you,
Go
and
ahead.
then
We'll
afterwards.
do this, and then we'll Chris, and then
He's
we'll.
the main event. He's the main event.
in the middle.
All right. I'm gonna give you guys my 2 overrated first.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you guys
All
my
right.
2 underrated. My first underrated is really gonna get you guys. My 2 overrated artists are Gunna
Okay.
Fuck.
and Don Toliver.
Okay.
Whoa.
Understandable.
Thank you, Hilly. And my first underrated
Understandable.
is the Jackman himself. Jackman Thomas Harlow. Jack Harlow, underrated hip hop artist. People only listen to him for his fucking pop shit, but that man is a fucking hip hop artist through and through, baby. And my second underrated was the other one I said who's not really that hip hop. Chris literally just mentioned him. Tiza Touchdown. Obviously he's only got the one solo project out now, but everything he's been on, like
He's got mixtapes. I'm pretty sure.
he's left his fucking mark on the hip hop game, and he doesn't even rap. Well, he raps, but he doesn't like primarily rap.
I
you know?
agree with like
It's his voice is like his feature on Chromakopia, fucking great, fucking great.
Great. I mean, what's it called? Modern Jam. While I'm not a huge fan of that song, I love
His
feature
part
on
is so good.
it. Run-
I
Yeah.
know you lie outside waiting online.
Run It. I'm trying to think of all the more
his-
prominent rap features he's done. Run It Up on
Call Me If
Call
You
Me If You Get Lost. That was
Also mentioned in the hip hop song of the year.
really.
Yeah. What is it? He,
Wow.
nail him to the cross, walk him down. Got him looking
Oh,
like Tizo,
yeah.
bro.
Oh, true.
Walk around like and then How Do You Sleep at Night is a fucking amazing album. It's such a wonderful album. Like Sweet is one of my favorite songs from this year. And just in general, like I forget what the Drake song he's on.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh my God.
Great
dude,
feature.
listen, say what you will, and we've already talked about him, but that song, he carries the shit out of that song.
He does.
It's so good.
I'm trying to look at other Tizo touchdown songs that I really like that he's on. Funny enough, The Ride. He's on The Ride, and it's the Lil Yachty song.
Oh, yeah,
and he's fucking great on that song. Tizo Touchdown. I have a good feeling that man is going to be like selling out arenas on his own one day.
Definitely.
He has an energy to him and the look, and he's got like the the vibe and the aesthetic, and he's gonna have the discography, I think, to really take him over the hump. I think that How Do You Sleep at Night is just his kind of first scratch on the surface, and I think he's gonna be really great. I'll talk about my overrated first before I get into the big Jackman Thomas
yeah,
Harlow.
y'all motherfuckers disagree with that.
Gunna hasn't done it for me since like. Let me look back at the last Gunna album I genuinely liked.
Ever.
Spoiler: Gunna was the second person on my overrated list.
He's
I just don't
you know
get
what,
it.
guys? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever fucked with a Gunna album.
No,
Maybe Drip Harder.
Amen.
A full Gunna project? Hell no, I can't do it.
I think
Maybe DS Forever.
for,
Maybe.
for me, honest to God, he's in the same league as French.
Okay.
Because
I'm in the
listen,
minority here.
listen. When I say this,
Gunna's that bad, bro.
because Frenchie is only decent at best when he's with somebody on a song. If
Well, what's
he's
like a-
solo, it's like mid as hell.
So
I don't mind One of One.
That's what I was about to say.
I
Actually,
I don't
that
mind
song.
it. I don't mind it either, but it's like it's not.
I can't
like,
name a French song where he's solo that I like. I can name.
I don't know. I didn't really fuck with One of One.
You know what? I grant
I
I'll
gave
give
it a
you that
chance.
one album, but everything else, honest to God, I can't.
DS Forever is okay.
But that's a isn't is am I thinking of the wrong one? Is that a no?
That's the one pushing P on it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I think that one's okay.
And then
What Gunna track
some-
should I listen to get around to liking Gunna?
I'm trying to think of a Gunna. I could
Because
probably
maybe I just haven't listened to the right Gunna.
The right Gunna.
It depends what you're looking for, because like
Something good.
if you're expecting some
Hot, probably. I'd say.
if you're expecting some
Hot's a good song.
groundbreaking, never heard before type
No,
of
I
things
just
from
want some.
Gunna,
I just want some bangers. Something to play in the club, something to listen to the
Okay.
car.
I think neck on a Yacht is a banger. That's on
Neck
that
on a
was on
Yacht.
this most.
I
recent
remember
album.
when people were like, I forgot what.
You know, maybe
fucking
we should do
song.
that for artists that like if one of us disagrees with what another person says, like give them some songs that maybe that will change their mind.
I forgot what song.
The other artists I'm gonna mention because I kind of see them as the same tier as Gunna, but they're two different artists. Young Thug I also think is like furiously overrated.
Thank you.
You're gonna catch flack for that one, but like,
I think Young Thug is like
You're
super.
saying
overrated.
this when I just started really getting into Young Thug.
I get
I get
mad.
it.
I get mad when they put him on Future's level, but I don't mind Young Thug.
I think Jeffrey's good.
Motherfuckers compare that nigga to Future
I
sometimes.
know, and I don't see it because Future's like,
I compare the motherfuckers because they're both ass.
nah. Young Thug's here, Future's here. It's like double, honestly. Future's top tier.
Future is top tier. Future's like one of the greatest. Like he is trap. I think Future is like trap.
Yeah.
He is trap.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't liked the Young Thug project since like 2019, maybe. Was that So Much Fun? Is that when So Much Fun came out?
Yeah. Around that time.
So much fun.
And then Jeffrey is probably my favorite Young Thug album.
Bro, what killed me with Young Thug is when he fucking sat here and made that damn, when he was like semi beefing with fucking Wayne and he made Barter 6.
Barter 6 is hard though.
Barter 6
It
is kind of
kinda
hard.
is, though.
It kind of is hard.
Listen.
I think I'm just thinking more like current
Slime
and
season
recent.
3. I like Slime season 3.
Have you heard the song off the I forgot which album. I think it's for Spider-Verse, Metro Spider.
Oh yeah.
That
I-
song.
but
That's different though.
I just think it's
That's off of
current and recent Young
that's
Thug
off-
just doesn't work. It's the same thing with Gunna. I think current and recent Young Thug and Gunna just don't really do it for me.
That's fair.
All right. This is my contribution for a Young Thug song I think you should listen to.
Let me hear it. I'll like it right now.
Dropping Jewels off of Punk. I don't like that album, but I love that song. I think
right.
that song
I'm
is
giving it. It's good. That's gonna be the first song on my car ride home.
And
because-
give Metro Spider a chance.
Metro
too.
Spider. All right. What's the Gunna song you told me to listen to again?
Neck on a Yacht.
Neck on a Yacht.
Neck
All right.
on a Yacht.
That's gonna be.
Yeah, it's about getting neck on a yacht.
Gunna- it's funny because when we were talking about Gunna, I was like trying to think of an entire Gunna project that I've listened, like an entire one that I've
Yeah.
listened
like
to.
top to bottom.
And literally the only one I've listened to top to bottom was Slime Language 2, which is a Young Thug collaboration with Gunna.
Perfect.
Like,
And that's time to talk about the other choice I made for overrated. Don Toliver hasn't done it for me since Heaven or Hell.
get it, man.
Listen,
He hasn't done it for me since Heaven or Hell. man.
respectfully,
Lovesick didn't do it for me. Life of a
Listen.
Don didn't do it for me. Heartstone Psycho isn't that bad.
no.
I love Heartstone.
There are some
I like
songs he does
Heartstone
have. I didn't realistically like him that much when he first dropped, right? But then afterwards, I think like last year when I listened to a few songs off of Lovesick, I was like, okay, he has some things I would listen to.
I don't know. I just always go back to Heaven or Hell. If
Heartstone-
I'm in the Don Toliver mood, I'm going back to Heaven or Hell.
Yeah, Heartstone Psycho is like kind of mid. Like it's not even like
I
yay
like
or
the
nay. It's just
I like the
mid.
Tizo song on there.
I like if
That
it's
song
not
is good.
Bandit, if it's not
The Yeet song is funny.
what was it? If it's not Bandit
Streets is
and if
good,
it's
East
not
Also, like, why is it 5 discs? What is this, dude?
Kryptonite's such a good song.
Why is it 5 discs with 4 songs on each
Ice
disc?
Age.
I don't know. For me, Don Toliver's sound has never.
Don Toliver Bandit and,
I don't. I
and
just.
Attitude.
This is gonna sound crazy. I don't think Don Toliver's sound has evolved since Heaven or Hell.
I can sympathize with that.
I don't think it's evolved, and I think that's what's not. That's really what's my issue is with Don Toliver, because I don't think his sound on Heaven or Hell is all that polished. I don't think he ever polished anything.
No, and I mean, like, he is known as the high pitched guy who is good for a chorus.
He's good for a hook. He's good
Yeah.
for a chorus.
I
He's
mean,
good for a bridge.
Yeah, and he's also known for being that one motherfucker with a weird ass head, and then being in concert and being in concert. I'm really cool. The bitch getting loose.
Listen, you are talking
She's
about a
trying to win.
man who has a child with one of the
Cali
most
Uchis,
beautiful
yes, I
women
know.
Yeah.
I have ever
I
seen.
know. I'm peeking
All
the
right?
fuck out of this right now. I know. Trust me. I fucking know. You see Cali Uchis respectfully. Yes. Anyway.
So, give me some Don Toliver songs to change my mind.
Okay, here we go.
Give me some Don Toliver songs to change my mind. Because look, Cardigan was one of my most played songs in 2020. That shit fucking slapped back in 2020. In the pandemic, I was bumping that shit like crazy.
Let me see what.
But it's just, I don't know. It just
Do I
doesn't-
have anything
hasn't done
Don
much for
Toliver?
me. Hasn't done much for me recently. It has to be said.
Attitude with Charlie Wilson and Cash Cobain.
Yeah, but that's just.
Listen, I understand people either love Cash Cobain or they hate him, but I think that song, I think it's good because one of the things is with a whole Don Toliver song is he makes his own hook and then he doesn't really deliver anything between the lines, whereas he has Charlie Wilson to do his hook, who is one of
Fucking great.
one of the goats when it comes to choruses.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
absolutely.
it allows him to sort of be more free with what he does. And I mean, I could take or leave Cash Cobain, honestly.
Absolutely.
Pat, you've had something cooking in your what's
I was trying to think. I'm
You
not really
can't
going
think.
to defend. I don't got one.
Listen, I wouldn't even give you a song that's made by him. I would say a song that
has him on it.
yeah.
The
And
thing is, like, I feel like every album that I've seen released in the past, like, 3 years, 2 years, have just
Had him
randomly had a
featured.
Don Toliver feature out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
but
Like, oh, Don Toliver's on this album. Yeah, that did not surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised Don
and
Toliver's
that's
on
just
this
off
album.
of Kate Trinata's album, and that's it.
I'll listen to that. I
which
do love.
is Feel Away. Fucking Kate Trinata's album is so fucking good. Oh my god.
I would say the song Brother Stone, but like Kodak kind of carries that song, so it's not even like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking that one too. Listen, he's not on my underrated list, but I think that how do I want to say this? Kodak gets way too much hate.
yeah, he does.
Piece of shit guy, but not as bad of a musician as people make him out to be.
No, I think I think Mr. Morale really opened me up to that. He killed it on Mr. Morale.
He is really great at Mr. Morale. And I mean, like, you know, like when you hear a Kodak verse, like, you know that's Kodak Black. You don't have to go, who the fuck is that? You hear that first verse, you're like, oh, Kodak's on the song.
Yeah.
I think he's been allowed to like sit here and like get like a bit better like over time. Like
He's improved, for sure.
like Wayne. In
He's
his
been around
early
longer
days.
than you also realize, too. Which is
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like he's like cleaned up, but even though he still gets himself into some shit sometimes, it's like he's gotten better at some things. I wouldn't say he's like amazing, but he's just like he's there.
No,
he's
yeah,
not bad, but
he's
he's
fun.
not.
Yeah. There's actually some old clips of him like start when he was early on rapping. He's actually like had the lyrical capabilities to be like a rapper, but like allegedly he switched to a more less serious style because that's what was going to get him popular.
Yeah, that's the stuff that
no,
sells.
I can-
I don't blame you. Get your fucking bag, man.
respect that.
Get your fucking
I can
bag.
respect that.
But yeah, those are my qualms with Don Toliver, with Gunna, with
Sure.
Young Thug.
Sure.
Let me put y'all into some real white boy hip hop, man.
Yeah, because I've only heard the pop stuff for him, so I don't really have a.
I'm gonna give you guys some insanely slept on Jack Harlow verses. I've seen this man live. I plan on seeing him again live. I really wish I saw him because I've been listening to Jack Harlow since 2018. That is a true fact. I've been listening to this guy for 6 fucking years now. I've watched him blow up, and it's fucking amazing to watch him blow up. I do wish I saw him live more than once before his tickets became like
Expensive.
$400 a piece. Everything I'm going to recommend is from 2019 prior, except for the entire Jackman album is one of my favorite hip hop albums to come out in the past like 5 years. That's like a very serious. I think that Denver is his best song ever off of Jackman.
I do like that song.
Denver is a fucking amazing song.
I
The
do like
sample
that
on
song.
that, the cut on that is fucking amazing, and he drops some of his most like honest and vulnerable. What is it? He's like walking past the homeless in a Rolex.
Yeah.
Just got off the stage in the Today Show, and I basically feel soulless. So fucking good. 2019 Confetti's closing track, River Road, has some of my favorite lines that I still like to quote to myself every day as an artist. I think here this is I'm still staring at the ceiling in my bed at night, thinking about what I don't got yet, why I'm not hot yet, why the last project was something that I thought would make me something that I'm not yet. That's a fucking bar and a half right there. River Road, Jack Harlow song. Rain is another great song. And then let's go with like, I don't fucking know. Sylvia is another really great like pop Jack Harlow cut that I think is actually like pretty solid. He's a rapper, but people don't take him for a rapper because I think as of late, he has been taking on collaborations that are otherwise changing people's perception on him. And I think it's really sad because I never thought I would actually watch somebody who I considered underground at one point to do the thing that to go mainstream and like actually lose all track of his sound. But I watched that happen like live and in person with Jack Harlow, and it's really devastating to watch one of your favorite artists do that. Because like I don't hate. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. I hate a lot of his new stuff. Loving on Me is soulless and empty. First Class is soulless and empty. Yeah. He loves doing this thing where he gets a sample and then just lets the sample play for the chorus and then just adds in a little yeah, like come on, dude.
Like some ad libs on his own.
Yeah, song. It's like dude, the First Class chorus is literally just a fucking freaking song, man. It's not good.
Nothing, at least for Come Home, the Kids Miss You, right? Listen, First Class and Dua Lipa are one thing, right? But I don't give a fuck. We already talked about this before at one point. Like a Blade of Grass, that fucking...
It's all right.
That production is so fucking fire.
And if I'm going to give recent Jack Harlow one good one, Churchill Downs with Drake has one of Drake's best features in the past 5 years.
Yep.
And has some of Jack's best rapping on the entire thing.
I was going to say the one that you showed me with, what's his name? That was on Lyrical Lemonade.
Oh, Stop Giving Me Advice.
Yeah.
With Dave.
That's good.
Right?
I
like that one.
That's really good.
What the fuck is it? He's like... It's I'll have to find. I'm gonna look at the lyric one more time because he starts the second verse that he's on with
where is it?
What was it? All this unsolicited advice from the guys getting booked for a quarter of my price.
Yeah,
it's such a fucking bar, dude. But yeah, I think I don't think, unfortunately, that Jack Harlow is going to be releasing anything anytime soon that makes you go like, oh, this boy's like a rapper.
Yeah.
Unless he does this thing with Jackman where he's like. He had a fucking random ass realization that he wasn't as hip hop as he wanted to be anymore and just went back and rapped over soul beats for 10 songs. But I think he's going to stick with the sound that makes him money. And look, don't get me wrong, Jack. Make your fucking bag, man. But like, I'm going to miss that sound that I fell in love with like super early for sure. But yeah, give Jack Harlow's old stuff a good listen. Read through some of the. I think you'll find a more honest and vulnerable man than you thought you were going to. Honestly,
I was going to say when you said that. One of the first artists that popped into my head, and it made me so upset because I never thought this person be like this, is Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi is...
I think Kid Cudi's like that.
Like, it's so disappointing because, like, I feel like we joke a lot about the whole mainstream sellout thing, but then, like, it actually happens to some of your favorite people, and you're like...
It's devastating.
You're like, oh,
and then I hear Kid Cudi on, like, a song for the Sonic movie.
What was the album he came out with the movie that, like, sucked?
Intergalactic.
Yeah, Intergalactic. Oh, that shit was terrible, yo. But yeah, I will say that is one of the most. I'm sure all four of us have had that happen with a different artist where they go mainstream and you're like, fuck. You're like, fuck, he sucks now.
He's always kind of been mainstream, but he's another.
It's when they stray away from their sound that you really fell in love with. That really hurts.
Like, get your money, but damn.
So I'm saying, just like, don't make that you.
But yeah, Jack Harlow, that's my guy right there. But he's definitely straight. Look, Jungkook's great and all. Don't get me wrong. But like, look, man, that's not my. I'm not trying to listen to a BTS member on my fucking Jack Harlow song. But yeah, that's enough for me about ranting about Jack Harlow. Those are my overrated and underrated picks. Chris, it's on to you.
All right,
give us your. I know I took one from you, but if you wanted to drop another one, you're more than welcome to.
I had 4 for overrated, so now I have 3.
Okay.
And now I need to cut it down to 2. So I'm trying to think of which one I want to take off.
Is there one that you definitely want to say is overrated?
The one that I definitely want to say is overrated is Rod Wave. I've never understood.
Yo, you know what? Respectfully, you know what?
I don't
understand it. I don't get it.
Listen,
and
yeah, you go ahead.
And it's not like I understand. Like that's a safe one. That's not really one that we're gonna argue about.
Yeah.
Like, and I probably should have thought of one that's gonna create more discussion. But I see this man on people's stories all the time. I see this man being played everywhere, and I just don't understand.
He's just a man. He's just a man dealing with his demons. That's it. That's
But
it.
he's been dealing with his demons for like 5 years. Get some therapy, bro.
Think of a new song topic, man.
Get some therapy.
I hear people playing Rodwave. I swear they're listening to the same song over and over.
That's what I'm
again.
doing.
Like,
Been broke so many times. Don't get
know what to
bro,
believe.
every
He's made
song-
Heart on Ice like 17 times on like 4 different albums. No, I agree with the Rod Wave stuff. I don't get it, and like I've never understood it. He's got a great voice. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
but
he can absolutely sing.
doesn't,
It's just like,
doesn't
bro,
matter if you have a great
Get
voice.
somebody
If
else
you
to
have
write
nothing.
for you.
find
that
something
point.
the fuck else to rap about,
Please
or not
have,
even rap
like-
about, just fucking sing about. Like, nigga, like, come on, man. Come on, like, I know you got the chops.
Listen.
Fucking sing about something. I'm gonna be like T-Pain, like, do something else. God flipping fucking damn it, do something else.
Listen,
like, yo,
this might be an unpopular opinion. It's significantly less bad. It's almost not even bad if you're singing and somebody else writes your shit in comparison to you rapping and somebody writes your shit. You're a singer. Get a songwriter. You don't got to write about the same shit over and over again. Like,
Singer-songwriters are rare.
Bro,
breed
you know how
anyways.
many popular, you know how many of the best singers of all time wrote about shit that didn't even happen to them?
yeah.
Like, just, like,
Get
pretend,
creative.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
you,
I'm saying.
You can lie.
I don't know. It's just
I don't know.
He just loves.
There's an extent to it.
He's a multimillionaire who is still breaking Rod Wave's heart, bro. Who is you? If you were breaking Rod Wave's heart, you were doing that to yourself. You are throwing
Listen,
away a bag.
the only person who's allowed to break another person's heart is whoever's breaking Bruno Mars's heart.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Keep
the only
breaking Bruno.
person.
But you see how they all you can't say any of the Bruno Mars songs sound the same. They all sound different.
no,
they
he's
all have their
not.
own individual vibe.
they're all
But
great.
Bruno Mars, when he is
they are all great. Yeah.
Bruno Mars, when he is heartbroken,
He's
bro.
2016
to be
Kyrie
happy.
Irving.
I want that man to be happy, but like
Dude.
maybe not all the time.
Heartbroken Bruno Mars, 2016 Steph Curry, 2020 Anthony Davis. That's like
that.
Basically.
I mean, like,
the 2024 Celtics, bro. That's who that man is when he's heartbroken.
but they
crazy.
won.
And then the other one I have.
Let's hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna go the Kid Leroy.
Ooh, you know what? I don't hate that.
I don't even listen to the motherfucker, so I can't even understand.
AJ just his heart just like broke somewhere out there.
I don't get it.
I like Stay.
I mean, even
I think there's only one song I legit listen to
like I just
from Kid Leroy.
don't get
I've
it.
heard from people who are Kid Leroy fans.
They
He kind of
exist.
did the same thing. Yeah, racists. And AJ. I've heard this thing where the thing we were the phenomena we were just talking about that Chris mentioned with Kid Cudi, that I mentioned with Jack Harlow, apparently that happened with the Kid Leroy as well, because apparently he used to be like
I want to
Wait,
hear
was it
some
always like
underground. I want to hear some underground like good Kid Leroy if that's the case.
I've heard that apparently early Kid Leroy is so much better than this sing-songy Kid Leroy bullshit.
the only song that I have is "What's the Move."
Is it a
See-
feature or is it just him?
No,
it's
that's
his-
the one.
it's
That's
his
the
song.
one with Future. Off of his, I think it's his newest album.
I like
don't even
Stay.
know.
I have respectfully never been around
The-
anybody
the-
that was like,
Yeah, his
This Kid Leroy.
yo, put that Kid Leroy on.
his last album, the first time. That's where it's from.
Yo, bro, put that fucking new Kid Leroy on.
Put that
dude.
shit
No,
on,
'cause
boy.
I got friends that genuinely say that, and I'm just like, bro,
Hey.
listen. It's not that I haven't given him a chance, because I have. I've listened to some of the stuff that maybe I haven't dived deep into every single Kid Leroy song or nothing, but like I don't get what people see in him.
Hey, we'll recreate. So, hey, dap me up, and right before you dap me up, go, yo, you listen to that new Kid Leroy yet? I'll show you my reaction to that.
Yo, you listen to that new Kid Leroy?
Fuck are you talking about?
I'll say that because those are very short. I'll say the third one because I know none of it. If any of you motherfuckers like this guy, I know you.
Go ahead.
All right.
Nav.
Wait, what?
Oh, fuck Nav.
No,
Nav.
fuck Nav.
Fuck Nav. That guy's ass.
I just don't it's
Are you a
more-
Nav fan, bro?
No.
Oh, thank
I will
God.
say
You said about to say I'm black.
I didn't really say it. I didn't really say it because I think there's a lot of Nav fans. I
God.
say he's overrated because like, why are motherfuckers trying to collab with him?
Yeah, I know.
Why are people like Travis?
Bro, I need
Thug?
Nav
I
on my
compare
song
him-
now, bro.
But that's the thing, though. I compare him to the level of like, why the fuck do niggas give this motherfucker the time of day? The same like
He's gonna mention French Montana. Again.
no, not even French.
Listen,
No,
I'm taking French Montana over Nav. I'm being honest.
no.
Yeah,
I'll take.
hell yeah.
I'll take French over Nav.
French Montana
But, like,
4, bro.
Who I compare him to is like, why the fuck do people give him the time of day? Like respectfully, no, fuck that shit. Is Cardi, because I don't.
Oh no!
it.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting
No.
for the one that was gonna
No.
piss all three of us off.
I was
No.
worried that all three of my selections were not gonna have us arguing about anything, and then my
Really?
savior.
We're not really arguing over
the
the
H
fact.
in
We're just
Jesus-
No, I'm just saying, but we found an
The
argument. because
H
of
in
it.
Jesus H Christ stands for Hilberto, dude.
That's
Oh
good.
my god! Oh, I was waiting for it, Hilly. We'll talk about.
We'll definitely talk about
Oh,
that
is
one
he on your? Yeah, he is on your list. All right, whatever. Chris, give
Okay.
us your underrated ones.
My underrated.
Fuck you.
All right,
Like,
my first one, I'm gonna say Stove God Cooks.
Stove.
I limited myself to one person from the Griselda camp because
Oh, okay,
besides
okay.
the big three,
I was like, I wonder who this guy. He's Griselda. That's I get it.
besides like the big three, I think almost all of them are underrated. I think like Boldy, SD Knack, like all of them.
I do
are super
fucking love
underrated.
Boldy.
What the fuck was that last name that you said before?
SD Knack?
What the fuck is that?
Bro.
Bro.
Listen, he's not on my list, so I'm not gonna say it. But afterwards, I'm
We'll put you
gonna
on.
put you on. He is. I'm trying to think. He's like He's just. He's basically a Hispanic Action Bronson.
I'm actually
Not-
sold. I'm sold
I'm gonna be
now.
honest. I'm kind of sold on that. I love me some fucking. I
Yeah,
love me
I'm
some
sold.
action,
He
bro.
was
It's
on my
funny you
list.
say that shit too.
He was
No.
Shut your fucking mouth.
No.
We haven't gotten to
Yeah,
it
Wait,
yet.
stop
is he
it.
gonna?
He's either,
Just wait for it.
give us the second underrated one, guy.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Bronson was on my like he was one of the people I could have went with for underrated, but I think instead of him, I'm gonna go for Common as my
Sure.
second underrated pick
Understandable.
because even though like it's been a while since I've
Heard anything Common, yeah.
but again, like similar to Project Pat, the influence that he has, the people
yeah,
that he
it's
helped to put
everywhere.
on.
Yep.
I feel like I feel like he makes songs that are like that hip hop heads do like, but I feel like the average person who listens to some rap would like a lot of Common songs.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I just
I'll have to give Common some more love, but
Yeah,
I'm definitely a fan of some.
like
of
I
his
said, some of his earliest works, like when he was trying to help put on Kanye, like when he was rapping over Kanye beats and stuff like that, and even before, like back in the earlier 2000s, man. I mean, like he's such a talented lyricist, and I feel like he has a what's it called? A unique enough delivery and sort of flow and things like
yeah.
that, where like you can hear his influence in some artists now, but it's not like he's not like trying. He himself is not trying to sound like anybody that came before him,
Absolutely.
in my opinion. The last thing I saw him in was that freaking Apple commercial a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
I forgot about the fucking
I
Common.
was like, what the hell is Common doing in a commercial for the iPhone 14? What
was?
the hell? Yeah.
yeah, he was on a fucking iPhone 14 commercial. All right, drum roll, please.
Here we go.
You fucking piece of shit. Open your mouth. Give us your fucking underrated and overrated.
Okay, so there's a lot
Actually, let's
of.
start with
I
your
need a
start
Tylenol.
with your underrated because I need like heart
Some
medicine.
positivity,
I
right?
need some positivity.
I need a
Before you-
Tylenol before we start.
Give us some underrated artists.
Okay.
Can I guess one that you're gonna say? Because I think I know which one you're gonna say.
Okay,
come
go
on,
ahead.
Just let him, just
Are you gonna put that fucking white boy from New York City on this list?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering.
No. Like he like yeah he deserves more love, but I'm not gonna put him on the list like that.
Okay, all right. Who are your underrated? Let's hear 'em.
So Josiah, Nick Grant, and Chica.
Josiah, I've heard. I like Josiah stuff.
Yeah.
Chica, I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
what
is-
a lot of people would probably honestly gotta say, but like she was in Double XL. Like
Wow.
yeah, she I believe,
Oh no! I've heard Chica. Never mind. I know who you're talking about.
yeah. And
I heard her freestyle.
yeah.
I was
She
like, okay, there's something here.
like she's really good, and like the shit that she like raps about is real like real how do I want to describe it, more like on the wave of like more impactful sound, like
Conscious hip hop.
yeah, conscious hip hop more so.
I do love me a good conscious hip hop.
So that's why she's not really like as big as like most of the people from her class around that time. And the fact that like she's like more of a slower rapper because like her flow is more akin to like how some rappers were back then, where it's like they're slower at like delivering what they got to deliver and whatnot. And
who's the second guy on this list again? Sorry, it was
Nick,
Josiah.
Nick Grant.
Nick Grant. I've never heard
Yep.
that name.
I would compare him to, I would compare him a bit to like Mick Jenkins.
Mick Jenkins.
I thought about putting Mick Jenkins on my list for underrated. That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's like for me, both of them. Like my first song that I've ever heard from him, was this song called
the first song Hilly heard in the womb
no,
back in 1943.
fuck you. I think it wasn't even out by then. Was
Nah, for real? 1943? You don't think so?
Right before the war ended.
was this song called Drug Lord Couture?
Lord Couture. I'm gonna give that one a like right now.
Yeah, it's off of one of his earlier albums called Return of the Cool, where he like takes different like influences from stuff, and then he made an album called Sunday Dinner, and that shit just fucking slaps. It came out last year, and it was like when I first heard it,
Ransom on it.
I compared it to like The Patience in my head.
He's on Hitler Wears Hermes 6.
Is he? Nick
Is he?
Grant?
Shit,
He
fuck
is.
if I know, because
He's on My First Draco featuring Nick Grant.
Oh, that's Nick Grant?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's worked with a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
Interesting.
He's worked with like if I don't know if you know like Jared Benton, he's worked with
I'm looking through his discog right
a
now.
good amount of people actually.
He has a song with Ransom. I like Ransom.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. All right, there you go. Nick Grant, Chica, and
right.
Josiah.
Now-
All right,
all right,
let's
here
get to
we
the.
go.
Let me
Get
put my
your
phone
popcorn
down.
ready.
Let me put my phone down. You're gonna have to hold. Hey, you're gonna have to hold me back if he says some really dumb shit.
All right.
I have to sit next to him.
So like
Helly, how many
I
did you have on your list?
so what 3, 6,
Oh
7, 8. See, there was almost a ninth, but you know what? At that point, like 2, 3 of them.
I need you to give me all 8.
Honestly,
all 8
honestly,
right now.
yeah. Go ahead.
All 8.
Start from the top, go down.
Okay, so we're gonna like.
Here we go.
Just
We're
list
gonna-
them off.
Okay, so we're gonna go from like the most likely suspects to like the ones you would probably disagree with, the more hot take.
I'm gonna put my
ones.
finger down for the ones I agree with.
All right.
Eight,
So
you said?
we've already discussed this one, Drake. Okay.
Okay.
So then next would be Sexy Red.
I don't, dude. I disagree. I think she gets too much hate for me to say that.
Yeah, no.
I'm with
Ice
you on that.
Spice.
So, yeah.
No, wait. What was what you
Ice
said?
Spice, he said.
I didn't miss anything between Sexy Red and Ice Spice?
No.
No.
And then Drake before that.
Sure. I mean, if you want to kick Ice Spice while she's down, sure. I mean,
Honestly,
She's got a poop fetish,
yeah.
man. What do you want to do?
Like, what do like...
All right.
This
far, so good.
might get this might be it, but like Flo Milli.
I'm not co-signing that.
No,
I'm not
I
co-signing
can't. I
that.
can't
No.
fucking love Flo Milli. Also, Hilly, there's a trend with your list here, though.
Yeah, so
No.
far.
But like
I'm
that's
not
why
gonna
I
say
said
it.
no. Hold
Nobody's
on.
gonna say it, but you know it.
He's
No,
gonna
no,
look
no,
at me-
no.
He's gonna go Sabrina Carpenter.
All right, bro. No.
I hope these other 4 got dick silly
Little
because you kind of
I'm gonna be honest, dude. These next 4 have got to have penises, or you are not beating the allegations.
What fucking allegations? The fuck? I don't hate.
Go, keep going, keep
What
going,
the
keep
fuck?
going, keep
Keep
going.
going.
He's gonna say Little Sims. I just know it.
Who the fuck is Little Sims?
What?
All right, no.
Okay,
We'll
sorry,
save
sorry,
that. We'll
sorry,
save that.
sorry.
We'll save that. Go. Doesn't know what Little Sims is.
You already heard it earlier when I said it. Cardi,
Okay.
Playboy Cardi. Yeah.
You should die in your sleep.
And then, Kid Cudi.
Okay, newer
If
stuff.
with new
yes.
Kid Cudi, I can co-sign
If
on
you're
that.
saying
Kid Cudi. Period.
Damn. Okay, now I got my finger back. No. period is crazy.
You could have lied to me and said, yeah. Newer Kid Cudi. I would have been like, all right,
No, I'm
fine.
not trying to disappoint you. I'm trying to get the full truth and nothing but the
Okay,
truth.
well, the other ones.
Well, you already disappointed me.
You want to know why I said it's funny that you said Action Bronson?
Don't say Action.
Action Bronson.
You should die. In your
I
sleep.
don't understand. Like, bro, nobody
will get
rates
to that.
him.
Well,
Overrates him. He's overrated. Nobody rates him, dude. He literally has a super core audience, and that's pretty much it.
You know what? Every time I mention Action Bronson, you know what I get? Action who?
Right. Like he's pretty.
Like,
Is that the guy on the fucking? Is he on Uptown Funk? Oh, Mark Ronson? No.
that's crazy.
He does have a song with Mark Ronson.
that's the thing, though. It's just like even like amongst the people that genuinely like know his discography.
You think it's over? You think they still overrate him?
I think
No,
it's not.
man.
I think it's all right. I don't think it's like crazy.
Okay.
You got one more.
Like,
How many-
no,
you got
hold
one
on,
more,
I'll-
right?
yeah, but I'm gonna get to the justification. At least for Action Bronson. I mean, it's like I don't mind Action Bronson. I just think that like
You think that he gets a little too gassed?
a little too much, just a wee bit.
Okay.
That's my justification.
he has.
I
I
think
think like nobody gives enough of a shit about Action
That's what
Bronson.
I'm saying. Like,
Yo, remember? Fuck Action Bronson, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, like I will say when he's
He
been
pulled
working,
out my crops and he pissed all over my cereal the other day. Fuck Action Bronson.
it's like
dude.
I know like his main thing is like, you know, more so of the boom bap rap and whatnot. It's like great, cool. I like some of it, especially with, you know, some of the shit that he does with Alchemist. But
His stuff with Alchemist.
it's amazing.
so hard.
Fucking
Yeah, it's amazing. But then like some of the other shit is just like, what are we doing?
all
here?
right. Give me. I can't.
Hold
wait.
on.
Are you pulling up the action?
I'm pulling
the Action Bronson manifesto.
Nah. So one of the crazy, like, I just think he is. For me, I'm not listening to him to be like, oh my god, man, I need to dive deep, and I need to, like, he's saying some introspective shit right here. You know what I mean? Like, I need to pay a lot of attention to.
Yeah,
it.
no,
Bro,
I get that.
One of my favorite Action Bronson lines, and this is this might need to get cut, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it anyway.
You heard it here,
When he said, try to find it.
What
now.
he said.
He just says some crazy shit. It's always popping at the IHOP, choke a pussy with his tie knot. It's my block. Like he just says some random ass shit.
yeah, no.
Dude.
That's
All he says is like, I'm trying to. What's it called? Like he calls himself the white OJ. Like he's just hilarious.
That shit did not age well. What the fuck?
No,
No, that's the point.
That's the whole point. Is that
Nah, he's
I follow-
no, I think it's man.
No, don't get me wrong. Some like that's I like that about Action Bronson. Don't get me wrong.
Hilly, can you tell me this?
What?
Is this last artist you're about to give me? Is it gonna make me walk out of the room?
Maybe
okay.
Say it.
Mr. Kick Push.
Huh?
You did not say push it. No, not Pusher, right?
No,
Who?
Lupe motherfucking Fiasco.
This is the second time in 2 weeks, my man.
Hey, listen. This is
Second time in
why
2
we're
weeks.
here.
This is not why we're here. We're not here to disrespect an incredibly talented lyricist that has stood
Fallen
the test
off.
of time.
That has it stood the test of
Fallen
time.
off.
That has fallen
Brother,
off harder than.
You could make the argument that some of his
and liquor, dude.
you can argue that some of his newer shit is better than his
Older shit.
Is better than his older shit. Yeah.
I don't know about all
Drogas
that.
Wave Lupe.
Touch the sky.
Joker's Wave is fucking mid,
Lupe?
bro. He's looking on the camera.
Lupe?
Yes. Yes. Who's on third?
Guess who's on third, bro?
Like,
Bro,
crazy.
you're dead to me.
If you want,
Listen.
if you want to give him some shit for the corny takes he's had during the Drake Kendrick Marvin, yeah. 'Cause
oh, even that? No, not even that. It's like that's a whole separate story.
I know.
Lupe Fiasco. Like,
Nah, you.
Listen, after
you're tripping.
You're 3 for 8, bud.
listen,
Drill
listen.
music in Zion. Listen to that. No.
Dude.
Really listen to drill music in Zion and come
Was
back.
that the
to
one
me.
that he fully freestyle? What's the one
I
that he
listen-
did?
wait.
He made an entire album in 24 hours, like nonstop.
The only song that I listened to off of Drum Music was Auto Bottle.
It's a great song.
It's a fucking.
So are the rest of the 9 songs on that album.
I can't look at you.
It's like that's the only song that actually
I can't
that I have
look at you.
actually on that.
First got it when he was 6. Didn't know when he tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on it, he slipped, bro. Landed on his hip, then bust his lip for a week. He had to talk with a lisp.
It's
like
crazy.
this.
He
Like, hold on.
quote unquote
All right.
sold out and became a mainstream rapper, and it still sounded good. And it still sounded
So like,
good.
all right, food and liquor is one thing. Lasers is another thing.
Lasers. Okay, I'll give you. Lasers isn't that good. Lasers.
Tetsuo and you.
goes on.
I'm
Tetsuo
sorry,
and
I'm
you
sorry.
is so good, bro.
Hell no.
Oh my.
I would put Droga's Light.
Drogas Light and Drogas Wave are both amazing albums.
I'd probably say Wave more than Light.
Wave More Than Light is fine, but both of them are amazing albums. Dude.
And then I haven't listened to I guess he dropped something just recently.
Yes. it's
Samurai.
Yeah.
Samurai
so
is
that
fucking
I heard
amazing.
that I haven't listened to.
Samurai is
So
fucking amazing.
I haven't listened to that, so I'm gonna exclude that from
Oh my
this
God,
conversation.
dude.
But
What is wrong with Drill Music and Zion?
If Food and Liquor, Music and Zion, and any of that stuff didn't make you a Lupe fan, I don't think Samurai will. But it's still a good album.
because when I first heard Droga's Light, there's only 2 songs off of that like I kind of fucked with. Everything else I was just like, eh. And that was just Jump and Tranquilo. That's it. So yeah.
Dog.
And then
He made Drill Music and Zion in GarageBand in 72 hours, dog. Oh my God.
And it's honestly one of the easiest and one of the most one of the best you're doing nothing, you need something to listen to albums. It's just so accessible. And
He
I love
makes music that like talks about shit that
That
like-
matters.
All Black Everything off of Lasers is like it's one of the crazier songs he's written, but it's an important fucking song.
it makes me think genuinely about how you put someone like Nick Grant and someone like Chica, who I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too familiar with him, but from your description, it seems like Lupe, at least nowadays, is actually raps about quite similar things and is like.
I get
kind of,
Nick Grant and Chico were both Lupe Fiasco fans growing up. I promise you that.
100%.
Promise you
The
that.
Lupe thing really confused me. 'Cause I'm looking at the other people on that lit, like putting him with those other 7 is kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay, that's the other thing that makes sense. Okay, breather.
Like you put him with Ice Spice and Sexy Red and Cardi. That's
that's why I said the most likely to like to
So
the
he's
ones
like,
to the ones that would be more
You think
You think he's the
controversial.
least overrated of the overrated guys?
Yes.
Okay.
That's fair, but damn, still,
Man.
That's why it's the exact
amount of
same argument.
artists-
It's the exact same
Dude,
argument with
I was
Action
raised.
Russian.
I was raised off of West Coast hip hop, man, and like Lupe, like, oh my God.
In the beginning, like
In the beginning.
when no. When I was in fucking middle school and shit, it's like, bro, it's like, yeah,
You weren't
Lupe,
bumping like hip hop saved my life. You weren't bumping like
like
Bro,
I
listen
was
to hip-hop-
bumping, a whole bunch of shit back then.
Listen to Hip Hop Saved My Life off of Food and Liquor 2, which isn't even that great of an album, but
Yeah,
it's still
no.
a pretty good album. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
If my homeboy Cam were here, like he would be like he already knows I don't really like fuck with Lupe like that. Is what's it called? Because I told him like back then it was like, yeah, maybe I would like sit here and like listen to him and but like nowadays, at least when before his Drill Music and Zion, and then before his fucking before Droga's Wave, like when it was just Droga's Light, it was like there's nothing for me to sit here and really listen to like that. Food and Liquor, bro.
All right.
the cool,
Food and Liquor 1,
the cool.
fine. Like I said, Food and Liquor 1, fine. His early shit, whatever. But just like after that point in 2011, like especially after his homeboy died and whatnot, it's like that was like the whole dissension began for me when it came to like his shit. Especially expecting anything to come out of him, just like, yeah, nah.
Crazy. I would like to go back to Action Bronson for a minute because I think he's one of my favorite artists right now. I love him.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been looking up Action Bronson, like greatest Action Bronson lyrics the entire time that we've been talking about this. Yeah, he starts a verse. 2 pumps from the inhaler got me feeling like Lawrence Taylor. 2 kisses on the cheek from my tailor. Like, my thing is right. How do you see you laughing? Like, I don't know how you don't like that. Like, he's just
No, I'm not saying no.
He's hilarious.
No, Chris, understand. Like I said, it's not that I don't like him. It's just the fact that like people overhype just a wee bit, in the circle that people that know him and understand like his style of music is where like people just like just a wee bit, not crazy about.
That's another guy that I've seen live. He performed live with an entire like live band. It was so
That's really
sick.
cool.
It was so sick.
Oh man, all right.
And it's like the other shit that he does, like outside of rap, you know, like his whole
Fuck,
like
that's delicious.
yeah,
all
yeah,
stuff.
that's just
stuff's
fucking
awesome.
dope as fuck. It's just like
That's
oh, bro.
awesome. Yeah.
All right. Any closing thoughts? Any middle fingers you want to throw at Hilly?
Why specifically
Any
just
death
me?
threats that you
Damn.
want to let out now?
Side thing, I want you guys, for everybody who had on your under list, send me some songs so I can make like a playlist at the end of it so everybody listening can get into it as well.
Ooh, you know what? Yes.
Easy. Jack Harlow and T-Swift, easy.
A lot of Stove God Cook stuff he releases like through like a lot his prior albums and stuff like that or mixtapes were genuinely like handing you his CD type shit. So like a lot of the stuff he does now is like features and all that stuff, but still like he can carry a song when he wants to. I'll anyway. That's not saying that.
I would probably say, if anything, out of a whole project, if you're gonna listen to Chica, just fuck. It's kind of hard for me to choose between these 2 projects because there's I think her only 2 projects that I really knew about, and that's her latest album. What was it, Samson? Because that was inspired off of her brother, and then also Industry Games, and yeah, that damn, bro. I would say, you know what, if you're gonna listen to Chica, listen to, I would say, Samson, because that's definitely a lot, and it has you go through emotions and like a lot more. But there are like some songs that like she has in like independently that's like I really fuck with. From Once Upon a Time, it was an EP. There was Fairy Tales and Save You. Then there was a song called FWB, if you can obviously assume Friends with Benefits. And then other than that, I don't know anything else. And supposedly she released something new today. That's, I think, in either Chinese or
Wow,
Japanese.
not a real
characters.
fan. Even though
No, because it's like,
I'm kidding.
oh, because I just don't like look all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
And then for Nick Grant, I don't.
I do like that song he has with West Side Gun. I forgot that was him.
Nick Grant. I would probably say, if you're gonna listen to Nick Grant, I say the top 2 songs is probably Since Elementary and I probably say Get Up. Yeah, because one of my first songs besides Drug Lord Couture was Get Up. And that was one of his earlier songs when he was like first in the game and whatnot. But yeah, those 2 songs from him, and then Chica's, you know, like a good amount of her discography is just fucking amazing.
Okay, cool. So, we guys ready to get to song album of the year?
Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it.
Let's get
this
it.
This has been I've been looking at 3 right now for
I've got
Album of the
2
year.
albums and 1 song.
All right, I'm gonna say I have like maybe 1 album, and I don't have a song yet.
Okay.
I got 2 songs on 1 album.
Do you want me to? I can start first then.
Yeah.
We'll go. Me, Pat, Hilly, Chris. We'll have Chris
Okay.
finish up the final thoughts as our beautiful guest.
Thank you.
So first one, non-rap album, but if you're an indie fan, definitely give it a listen. One of my favorite bands, Only God Was Above Us by Vampire Weekend, a fucking phenomenally composed album. And then my hip hop's album of the year, we talked about him earlier. Dark Times by Vince Staples is easily my hip hop release of the year. I think like even though I really fuck with Chromatopia, I still think that Dark Times is a better album.
I think so.
It's consistent. It's hard hitting. It's the beat selections he makes on that project are fucking nice. And Vince, as per usual, always goes fucking crazy. And then my song of the year is off of Childish Gambino's release from this year, Lithonia. It was his lead-in single. It's the rock Gambino song. Really hard-hitting guitars, really great vocal performance. Probably one of my most replayed songs of the year. And if I had to choose a different one, just for personal bias, it would be Elysis by McGee, which I also got the chance to perform live with some friends over at Emerging Echoes.
Yeah.
So shout out to Elysis by McGee and Lithonia by Childish Gambino.
That's sick.
Pat, what do we got?
Okay, so for my album of the year, it's also Dark Times by Vince Staples. That is just my favorite album of the year. I almost gave it to Chromakopia as well, but I think I need to give it more time. Yeah, because it did just kind of just come out. And for one of my top songs of the year, it's also off that Vince Staples. It's the song called Radio.
Oh my god, Radio's
I love that. That song is so good.
fucking good.
And there's so many songs you can pick as song of the year, I feel like, off of that album. So
Just off that album alone,
Yeah.
easily.
And then my other number one favorite song of the year was Euphoria. Okay.
I think it's better. It's better than Not Like Us. I think.
Yeah,
I think so too.
At least with everything
I agree.
in like content wise, yeah.
Like context wise, sure. I think Not Like Us could take
I
that,
like
and
the-
you know, it's got the replayability, but
I think it's Euphoria.
No, Euphoria
Yeah.
just
I
has
like
all
I like
that.
the beat switches and stuff like that.
it's
too.
so good.
That's
Yeah, very
the one thing
consistently
that I
good,
think that I think both artists did well was utilizing different, like, say what you will about what either man said. Like, I think the production that
Oh,
both of them had
they had some
was very
disgusting
good.
beats on. Like
Was
Drake
very
had some
good.
really hard beats on some of his songs.
his mouth.
Dude, I-
handed him a Grammy right now.
What's it, the drop and give me 50 beat? That one
yeah.
was,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Crazy.
that's a really good beat.
that was crazy.
But yeah,
love that one.
good song choices, good album choices. All right, Hilly. Songs / albums of the year.
All right, so albums, I would have to say one of them. I have two albums. One is a recent album, Leon Thomas. Like I said last week.
Was it Mutt? Right.
Yes,
Mm,
but
that's a good. Yeah.
you listen to it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mostly because I follow Ty Dolla $ign on Instagram. He promoted the hell out of that. album.
that album is fucking
He
amazing.
was talking about it last week.
Yeah.
No, was it the week before? One of those.
When we recorded with James, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And then Timeless, Get You Now.
Yeah.
That shit. Listen, I don't give a fuck what
Get You Now,
anyone
man.
says. The majority of that album, just fucking
It's beautiful.
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 And I love the fact that it just like seamlessly goes through songs left and right.
That's something we talked about with sequencing is the whole feeling of like the song never ending.
Yeah,
And then all of a
it's
sudden you
like-
realize that's the next song. You're like, oh shit.
And then the features on it is just like goes from Don Toliver has fucking Pink
Don
Panthers
Toliver's on this album?
Yeah, that's why I fucking and then fucking Pink Panthers and Thundercat, Tinashe, and then a few other people. I don't fucking remember. But yeah, it was like point being is like this album was just
Beautiful
fucking
album.
amazing.
What's your song of the year?
The song of the year I honestly had a whole fucking issue with.
Bro picked the whole album. You picked 12 albums.
No. Because I really couldn't think of like a complete song besides, anything that had to do with the beef, which would have been Euphoria as well. But like, I really can't think of anything else, at least for song wise, because it's like individual songs there have been plenty, but like to be like song of the year, that's tough as fuck. Honestly.
Yeah.
And I would just chalk it down to just be like, if I'm saying hip hop, Euphoria, at least for this year.
I think you could also make a conversation for Meet the Grams. That Alchemist beat is something else.
It's
dude.
fucking amazing, and
That
it's
Alchemist beat is something else, yo.
because Meet the Grahams. That's the thing, though. It's like
I
imagine you
remember
play that
being
shit
like
a
legitimately scared when that song came on for the first time. I was like, I don't like how
Someone's about to
uncomfortable this
die.
is making me.
But yeah, imagine being at like the Grammys or anything. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, a song of the year, Meet the Grams by Kendrick Lamar. And then next thing you know, dun, 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 dun,
He's walking
dun,
up to the
dun,
stage.
dun,
Oh my god.
He's walking up to the stage and wearing all black. He's like,
dun, dun.
You lied about your mental health. You lied about
Like,
you
bro,
lied.
at least if it was song of the year and it was like Euphoria or like Not Like Us, it's like understandable. At least he's gonna be crip walking to the fucking stage or something, you know. But Meet the Grahams is kind of fucking disrespectful as fuck to sit here and do that, and especially if they're gonna sit here and like have some kind of good relation. Well, I mean, they don't really give a fuck about good relations in general at the Grammys, you know, because they kind of fuck people over. They're notorious for that.
people over.
Um,
Yeah,
2012 was a good
So
example
would you
of
just
that.
say like Euphoria is like your song of choice? All right, solid. Chris, what do we got? You're our guest here. These are gonna be our closing thoughts.
Listen.
Oh, we've made for good time, right? We've been recording for
Yeah,
like an hour and a half.
Yeah, good time.
All right. Listen. I have 3 for each. I'll be brief with
No,
each
take
one.
your
I
time,
just
dude.
wanna-
Yeah,
because
Talk your shit. You're the guest.
Because when I was making this list, I was like, there's so much that I would rather have too much than not enough. Like,
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
much
Facts.
music
Yeah,
that we were talking about before how 2024 has been a
Fucking
fantastic
great year for music.
Like I feel like there's stuff that needs to be talked about. So the first one, I Lay Down My Life for You by JPEG Mafia.
Oh my god, I forgot about I Laid Down My Life for You.
That was a
That album
that
is
was
so good.
really really
I
good.
feel like that.
Wait, hold on. Did that come out this year?
It did. Yeah.
No, there's another one that
Oh.
I think I have like one song from JPEG Mafia. Also,
Oh, okay, Scaring the Hose is last year. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
it
no,
was
no,
this
no,
year.
no. I also looked. I was also looking at Quaranta by Danny Brown.
Yeah.
That one was late last year. And then the other two are sort of like projects. I don't know if they're full-fledged albums, but they're like projects that rappers made with a producer. So the first one is a producer album, The Genuine Articulate by The Alchemist.
Yep.
Great album.
It's got. Let me look. It's like it starts off with such a great verse from Schoolboy Q. Like it's got Action Bronson on it. It has the Havoc.
it was a really good song.
Havoc drops a fire verse. Conway. I mean, I'm a little hit and miss when it comes to Larry June. I think Larry June did a fantastic job on this album.
Love Larry June, bro.
And I think it's even better because I think nobody really knows Alchemist can rap, and he does. He actually does a really good job of it. Like
Absolutely.
like especially on Everybody's Favorite Uncle. Like he is. You wouldn't think about it because he's so known for his producing and he's so known for crafting such fantastic beats that like
You kind of forget
when
raps.
he wants to.
He can fucking rap.
Like he's not the most consistent guy. I will admit, like there's songs that he's rapped on. I've been like, it's not great. But
Yeah, especially in his
feel
early
like
days.
For the most part, I feel like he does a great job on this. And then the last one is Penalty of Leadership by Boldy James with Nicholas Craven, who is he's not really a hip hop producer, but he's been sort of diving more into it with more like boom bap and more like, I would say, rappers like that. And if you know me, you know how much I love Boldy James and how much I love a lot of the Griselda camp. And I think he out of the big three, or besides
Outside
the
of the
big
big
three,
three, yeah.
outside of the big three, like he is probably one of my favorites out of
The Griselda
people
camp.
that are outside of the big three.
There you
He is every single one is sort of unique. Like it's not just him. It's not just like a bunch of bass and kick drum. It's just like it's different kinds of beats, different kinds of samples, loops, and stuff like that. And I feel like that sort of uniqueness about it made it really stand out for me. And then when it comes to songs, Blue Slides by Schoolboy Q, I think that is such a beautiful song, such a beautiful melody and soul sample. I am an absolute sucker for soul samples. I mean, I'm a huge Kanye fan. I mean,
Makes
that's all
sense, yeah,
that's all he
exactly.
did in his early years. Like, I absolutely love that. And then a song from an artist that I put in my underrated one, Mellow Chip and a Brick by Stove God Cooks. It's just super loud. It's in your face. It's like, it's just him just bragging. Like like talking his shit for 2.5 minutes, and it's there's something about like music that you have no relation to or you cannot relate to at all for me that like I just absolutely love. And then the last one is I have Buried Alive by Chance the Rapper. It was a song.
Oh, the single, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was tight.
It's crazy because I actually wrote an article about this earlier this year when this song came out, about how I think Chance the Rapper's biggest musical like misstep probably was not The Big Day, even though a lot of people don't like it, and rightfully so. It's not a good album. But I think the fact that he hasn't released a full-length project since in 5 years, we're going on 6 years now, like, is crazy, because he's released singles and stuff like that that prove that he can still write, he can still rap, like he's still got something to say. And that was sort of the one that I was like, dude, I need something from you, because people, like, I keep saying how good I think Chance the Rapper is, and people only think about, people neglect to think about acid rap and Coloring Book and 10-Day Tape and all this other stuff. And I was like,
shout out to 10-Day Tape.
dude, oh my God, when that was put on Spotify, because I
Hey
was
Mama is like one of my favorite songs. Like,
Prom Night I is one of my favorite Chance songs ever.
Shit, I forgot a name.
And nah, Buried Alive really
that sounds fire, bro.
Buried Alive really showed me, like, this dude still has something to say. Like, whether it's you have something to say spiritual, whether it's something about, like, things that have been going on in your life, like, dude, just...
He's definitely gone through a lot in his life.
Oh, yeah, like, just, like, I mean, dude recently got divorced.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying, like, that something bad happens in your life. And I
You
feel
should go rap about it.
No,
type stuff.
and I feel like that's what happened sort of with Kendrick Lamar leading up to Mr. Morale. Was it had been so long, and they had been like, oh, you know, all this stuff, like, what's happened to him in the meantime. She's like, he doesn't need to be upset, or he doesn't need to be, like, talking about, like, something political or something, like, introspective for him to be good. I mean, there are a lot of Kendrick Lamar songs where he's just talking shit, and they're still good. Like, I just think, going back to Chance, I think I said he has some. I feel like now he has something to say, and I feel like it's a matter of time before he finally has his renaissance.
There you go, Chance the Rapper. All right, pretty content with these lists and these songs. I think this is probably a good place for us to leave it off here. Again, my name is Gio. You're listening to Speakerboxx Studios. To my right, I've got
Pat.
Right in front of him, we've got
Hilly.
To his right, we have. Can I get, before he even says his name, can we get a fucking round of applause for our second guest?
Thank you.
What's your name, man?
Thank you. I'm Chris.
That's Chris. Chris, you got a message to share with the world? Something you want to talk about? Something you want to share?
Hey, man. I mean, never. For me, it's never be ashamed of the music you listen to. People like what they're gonna like. I hate when people don't like stuff because other people don't like it, or because it's mainstream. Like, man, I know that because I used to be like that. So just like what you like, man. Share all the music you like. It's such a beautiful thing in the world that we get to enjoy, and never take it for granted, no matter what you like.
Also follow Real Rap Entertainment. Real
Yes,
spelled
sir.
REEL.
Yes, sir.
Yes, especially because in the future we might end up putting the podcast
On Real Rap Entertainment. Yes, this
Sonic
could
Wave-
this could
Sonic
eventually
Wave
be a
Radio.
Real Rap Entertainment.
Yeah, Sonic Wave Radio. Yeah.
But yeah, this was Speakerboxx Studios. Those were our over and underrated artists. That was our albums of the year, songs of the year. We'll catch you guys later. See ya.
Peace.